Never in your life will you find a game like Super Mario Galaxy. What about this? But for real, there are a lot of games based in space. But how's that game making you feel? How's that game urging you on to continue, to grow until you're ready for your final goal? So much of Galaxy's sense of intrigue and need for success comes from the continuous encouragement of the Watcher of the Cosmos, Rosalina, with the inclusion of her story deepening even further the understanding of why she sees the importance and urgency to gather enough power stars to travel to the center of the universe for our special one. Throughout the game, we're introduced to her story page by page, in a book she reads us in the library. Even though this part of the game is completely optional and can be ignored completely, the depth that Nintendo bring with its incorporation to the main goal of collecting power stars is so genius. Speaking of power stars, we got a lot of them. Maybe not this many, but unlike Odyssey's 157 billion moons to collect, all of Galaxy's 121 don't feel like you're just collecting them to check a box. Each one has its own place. You could be playing on this one planet and see another in the distance and think, dang, imagine if I could go to that planet over there. And the very next star, your imagination is brought to reality. Whoa, there it is. Even the power-ups bring your imagination to reality. Oh, this guy's too hard, man. I can't beat this guy. I wish I could just beat him. Huh. Now, although there isn't a mushroom that lets you be a penguin, there is a bee mushroom that lets you be a bee, and also one to shoot fire, and one to make ice when you stand on water, and even the rainbow star for the first time in a 3D Mario game. And there's also... Oh... I hate this one. I hate this one. This one, yeah. What I like about this level, Gusty Garden Galaxy, and I'm sure others are aware of and can agree on as well, is the music. Sometimes I wonder if Nintendo first made this song for fun one day, and then said, oh wait, we gotta use it in something. So they made the whole game of Super Mario Galaxy just so they could use it. But then they realized they still gotta add other levels, and then they realized all those levels gotta have the same effort put into their respective soundtracks as well. So they did that. To a new player, it may be overwhelming to experience such beautiful compositions that create the perfect environment in literally everywhere in the game. But then again, this is Nintendo we're talking about. A beautiful contrast that Galaxy pulls off flawlessly is being able to go from calm, peaceful bliss to bold, valorous brilliance within the blink of an eye. For some reason, when I was a kid, I was scared to go into this part of the observatory because it was dark. But as I got older, I began to look for places it seemed like I wasn't supposed to explore yet. The observatory was dark because it had no power, guiding you to go back to the power that you do have, to get more power so that you could experience more of the observatory after you had completed what you were required. But the freedom to explore around, even if there was nothing to be found, was so different from anything I had experienced. One thing I loved doing was where you fight Megaleg. You usually fly to the planet and fight him while he's on. But if you triple jump at a perfect spot, you can go flying down to the planet and he's just sitting there dormant, allowing you to explore him without any threat. And in this level, you're supposed to collect the blue star chips to create a pull star to get the power star. But you can literally ignore that and just do a simple long jump. Remember when I said I didn't like the spring mushroom? Half of the reason is because you can complete all the levels they're in without even needing to use them. If you use the moves that they've given Mario, you can completely avoid using the spring mushroom and have more fun with the levels by not using it. It's those ways they allow you to express your freedom. Maybe not to the level you could in other 3D games, but without the previous experience of any other games like this one, it revolutionized my thoughts on what a game could be. All of this comes together under the overarching theme of what I like to call being in the middle of nowhere while being where you need to be. Every galaxy includes the planet you're on and others you will travel to in the level, but everywhere you look beyond is nothingness. Your appearance seems so insignificant, but your purpose is the absolute opposite. So let's make sure we don't understate the gravity of our own worth as humans, created on purpose with a purpose.